Hey there, exiles, and welcome back to the Ether. Today, we're going to be going over our Week 1 update to the Sentinel League Challenges and my updates to the Challenge Guide. What's up, guys? We're a week into the Sentinel League, and my oh my, has it been a doozy. We had some crazy Arch Nemesis mod shenanigans, which led to one of the wildest league launches I've ever been in. It was pretty stable, which is nice, but those modifiers. This league, we peaked at 131,000 concurrent players, which is a little lower than our last two leagues, and is our second lowest peak in 6 leagues, the lowest being Expedition 3 leagues ago. There have been several hotfixes to those Arch Nemesis mods, and it seems like GGG is headed in the right direction. There's still a ways to go, but I'm hopeful. I'm still grinding, I'm still playing. I know y'all are too. So let's hope GGG keeps up their good work, tuning those monsters where they need to be tuned. There were also several changes to the challenges this league. Most notably, and directly relating to the Arch Nemesis modifiers, is the change to in-game grinds requiring 104 mod rares now, instead of 105 mod rares. And also the Essence Challenge requiring a 4 mod Essence rare coming down from 5. I noted those changes in the challenge guide as soon as the hotfix was live. I've also made several other changes to the challenge guide, trying to make it as easy as possible to use. I'll go over them and explain any relevant information, but before we do, quick message on our sponsor, Factor 75. Factor 75 is a health and wellness conscious meal delivery service. They provide fresh cooked meals that are chef prepared, dietitian approved, at very competitive prices. Use my link or go to go.factor75.com and use code FACTORSE928 for $120 off. That's a huge 50% off your first box and even more savings on subsequent boxes. Factor meals clock in at $6.19 a meal. That's cheaper than a burger combo at your favorite fast food place and way better for you. Every order directly supports me and my content creation. Factor makes life easy. By removing the cooking portion from your daily routine, you are also eliminating all the guesswork out of what to cook for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. That also means no looking up recipes, no trips to the store, and no second trip to the store for that one thing you forgot. And a big bonus, no cleanup. If I was trying to make these fancy type meals, it would take me half the kitchen, and that's a lot of cleanup. You don't need that extra stress in your life. By simply choosing how many meals a week you want delivered, and selecting your diet options from the healthful menus available at Factor 75, you are saving yourself a lot of time and a lot of headache. Without sponsorships like this, I wouldn't be able to get these guides out to y'all. So try out Factor. You'll be making a great choice for your body, your wallet, and our community. I also have some stretch goals, going to be doing some fun things on stream as we progress through this sponsorship. Thanks again to Factor 75 for sponsoring my content. Let's go over those changes. One of the biggest changes I made was the most requested change. I added timestamps and chapters to the YouTube challenge guide video. I'll add a link to that video below, and if I can get my YouTube magic working right, I'll add a pop-up link to it somewhere around here. If it pops up, you can click it. If it doesn't pop up, there'll be a link in the description. I didn't make any changes to the categorization or difficulty tiering of any of the challenges. As far as I can tell, I was fairly accurate in my initial estimations. Obviously, I might change as the league goes on if we find out more information, or if I find out more information that something isn't quite in the right tier, but it seems like relatively everything is correct. I know the normal, quote-unquote easy challenges, some of them are a little difficult or a little grindy, but compared to the other challenges that I have in the Cruel, Merciless, and Ruthless tiers, they are on the easier side. Let's look at Assemble Sentinels. I updated this page now that we know a little bit more. We already knew use a power core to assemble some Sentinels, but now we know you can use transforming power cores to get a higher chance at receiving a hidden base type for the assemble a Sentinel that can't be naturally obtained. And the same for assemble a unique Sentinel. You're going to use those transforming power cores to have a higher chance at receiving a unique Sentinel. For your rare Sentinel with 6 modifiers, use an augmenting power core. You have a higher chance. If you use 2 rares and an augmenting, you have a higher chance. You might be able to hit it with blues using magics, but I would definitely suggest using rares with an augmenting power core. My update to the complete Metamorph Encounters challenge was very simple. This defeat a Metamorph, which is comprised of 5 unique body parts. You don't actually have to do that in a boss with 5 different boss pieces. It can be completed in Tane's laboratory, because that's 5 unique pieces. I mentioned it earlier that it seemed like a dumb workaround. Maybe it was unintentional. Maybe if you're seeing this video in the future, it's been patched and you can't do that. But for now, if you defeat a Metamorph in Tane's laboratory, you will get completion for comprised of 5 unique body parts, and you will get completion for defeat a Metamorph in Tane's laboratory. So go get that done real quick. My change to the use Recombinators page was very simple. I just added this challenge. They didn't have it finished, so now that it's finished and it's there, I added it. Combine a Sync Link item with an item that has an essence modifier. Any essence modifier will work. Essence prefix or of the essence suffix. Remember that if you're trying to make one just to blow it, just to throw it away for the challenge, it needs to be a mod that isn't naturally occurring. Like if you put fire resistance, it'll just be of magma or whatever the affix for that one is. It has to be an essence only modifier. For powering the Sentinels, short update, reach 30 power units. Most of you probably already have. All you need to do is use your Sentinels and defeat the Sentinel empowered mobs to earn that electricity. There is a unique Sentinel called Megalomaniac that gives you 1200% more Sentinel power. It fills up your bar. It fills up all your electricity. If you're not at 30 electricity yet, I added a link to the trade search for Megalomaniac. All you need to do is click that link. It'll take you to pathofexile.com/trade, searching already for Megalomaniac. Buy one. They're like 1 chaos. You probably won't even need all of the charges to get yourself up to 30. And then when you're done with it, give the rest to a guildmate. Spread the love. Speaking of trade searches, I just added a Blight Ravaged map trade search for the Encounters 2, completed an 8 mod Blight Ravaged map. Pathofexile.com trade doesn't like looking for Blight Ravaged maps, so you have to do the bulk trade. If I can figure out a way how to force it through the normal trade and search for 8 mods, I will. I'll add that here, but for now, this will allow you to just grab a couple of Blight Ravaged maps for cheap and just alchem and Valem, hope it hits 8 mods. For the defeat empowered bosses page, I have added trade searches and approximate prices. These are not necessarily going to be super accurate. They might change over time. They might go up, they might go down, depending on a number of factors. But as of today, May 20th, when I searched for them, added all the links, those are the approximate prices. It seems like everything's hovering at around 20 chaos. I added the trade search links for each of them. Click on one, go buy the one you're missing. Hope it helps. I also added some notes for end-game grinds. The biggest change I saw was they removed the word solo from delve to depth 600. In game, I can't find the word solo delve anymore. On the challenge page, it still says solo delve, but here it just says delve to depth 600. So maybe you don't have to do it solo anymore. That'd be neat. And in case anyone was wondering, the Gift of the Goddess, the upgraded Uber Lab key, the 6 enchant only works for the person who put the key in, so you can't cheese it in a group. And twice enchanted Dark Shrines only count for the person who clicked the Dark Shrine. So the Divine Font 250 times is not good for party play unless you actually want to run it like 250 times. So we're a week in, we've been playing Sentinel League for 7 days now, and been working on these challenges. Here's what I feel so far. I'm at 9 out of 40 challenges, a little bit higher than most of my guild mates. We're a very casual guild. We don't go too hard, just hard enough. I've completed all the basic challenges, learning the ropes, basics of Sentinels, vendor recipes, act bosses 1 and 2, encounters 1, and I was able to do defeat magic or rare monsters. You don't need to do all of them. You can skip 2. It really is just get lucky. I'm fairly certain that some of these are gated behind tiers. So once you're in red tier maps, you should get those last couple that you're missing. I've started work on domination encounters, the Covetous Buff Shrine. The hardest one, the one that's going to be the hardest, is definitely Covetous Shrine Buff with a Breach boss in the wild. I have all the Breach nodes, all the Breach boss nodes, and Covetous Shrine with duration and everything. But to get that Covetous Shrine proc, and to get the Breach spawn, and to get the Breach boss to spawn, that's going to be the hardest one there. For essence encounters, it really is just keep running them until it happens. I've run over 150, but I haven't found any that have 8 essences, and I haven't found any that had 2 purples, Misery, Essence, Dread, or Scorn, that I was able to upgrade. Just keep running them until you find them. Metamorph encounters, went over it. It's pretty, you get 2 for 1 here. Defeat a Metamorph which has 5 different rare modifiers. I am going to go do that in a tier 1 map. I was running yesterday and I was like, oh, I should do this challenge. And I forgot that I was in a tier 15 map that I'm not even quite geared for. And it did not turn out well. As you can see, the challenge is not complete. So do that, get geared up, run, get ready for reds, rerunning your tier 16, tier 15, just go back to a tier 1, run a meta, put a bunch of rare mods in there, blow it up. Metamorph, Rogue and Metamorph within 5 seconds. That 5-second timer is very short. I thought it was going to be easy. I've messed up my timing twice. If you do more damage than I do, it will be easier. Not too bad. Unique maps, again, we're going to run into problems with Doriani's Machinarium. Victor Square, I already have most of them, just got to do it. But Doriani's Machinarium, I'm just going to be running scouting reports until it pops. Overall, the challenges are not as hard as I initially thought. They're not as hard as a lot of people think. You just got to break it down into small pieces and do those pieces. As a huge, pile of 40 challenges, it's difficult. But when you take it into one piece at a time, it's not too bad. I hope the guide helps. Appreciate y'all hanging out watching the video. Please, if you didn't, go check out Factor 75. My sponsor. It really helps me. It allows me to keep making this content for y'all. I appreciate all your support. As always, I appreciate you, I love you, and stay sane, Exile.